Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. My name is Alpa Sharma, and I hope all of you are doing really good today. Can you hear and see me clearly, everybody? Am I clearly visible and audible to everyone? Good evening, Vishal, Archita, Nikita, Parul. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible. So, yes, clearly visible and audible. Good evening, Shivani. So, in today's session, we're going to be talking about your preparatory strategy for the next 9 months if you're targeting CLAT 2023, which is going to be happening in December 22. So, that's what we're going to start talking about in the session today. But before I start off with anything, if you're targeting CLAT 22, then our crash course batch 2 has been launched. So look no further, start your free trial right away and enroll yourself at the earliest so that you don't miss out on the classes for 22 CLAT that's going to happen in May. If you're targeting CLAT 23, we've got a comprehensive preparation course that we've launched where I'll be teaching as well. So if this 23 that's going to happen in December is your target, then enroll yourself right away and don't waste any more time. Now, the idea here is what should your plan be if you are targeting your boards along with the December 22 CLAT. How should you be preparing for that? So I shall help you with getting some clarity over that topic. Now see, December 22 is going to be, very likely it's going to be your CLAT. And then in the next year, March or maybe April, like this year, 23, you're going to have your boards. How should you prepare? What should your plan be? And how should you execute that plan so that you're able to deal with both of it together? Now that is going to be our agenda. But before I start off with the agenda, I'm sure all of you know that English and logical and quant and legal and current affairs, these are the 5 sections that CLAT would ask you. And roughly the number of questions for each section, total number of questions would be 150 here, plus 1 for every correct, minus 0.25 for every incorrect. You'll have 2 hours to solve these 150 questions. Individual sections, English would have roughly 30 questions. Logical reasoning also would have roughly 30 questions, plus 2, minus 2 would vary. Quantitative 10 to 15 roughly. Legal reasoning would have 40 questions roughly, and GK would also have 40. Now, what do you construe out of these sectional bifurcations? What you construe out of these is that legal reasoning and current affairs would constitute of approximately 50% of your entire 150 marks paper. That means these sections become the most important. Now, if you have already started preparing, if you've started solving questions, you would know this is something that you're good at. है ना? ये लगता है सबको that I am good at this. I am good at legal reasoning. How many of you think that? कि मुझे legal reasoning अच्छा लगता है, मैं legal reasoning में strong हूँ. ये मेरा strength है, ये मेरा strong section है. How many of you think of it? Okay, Sonal. Yes. And okay, Alifia. किस किस को लगता है ये मेरा strength है, ये section मेरा strong है? Today I gave a mock and my marks increased 4 marks and I attend more questions this time. Absolutely yes, Kumari Shivani, you are at the right track. आप बिल्कुल सही जगह पे हो. Good but legal but not current affairs. Yes. अब पता है क्या होता है? Since everyone is answering मेरा strong है, मेरा strong है, मेरा strong है, I am good at it. अच्छा, oh, Grace Smoke says मेरी नहीं है strong. That's on the contrary. You know what I want to tell you here is that you are aspiring lawyers. You're going to be lawyers. If legal reasoning is not your strength, what else should be? ये सबकी strength होती है. हिच कहाँ आता है? हिच आता है 2 hours. Legal reasoning 40 questions. Can I give it 45 minutes? No. I give you ample of time. You can solve the questions. I give you 30 minutes. Solve these 40 questions. That's what the problem is. The problem is not getting legal reasoning correct. GK would barely take 10 minutes. Legal reasoning for most of you would be taking a 40 to 45 minutes. That's not the catch. The catch is to do it within a stipulated time, because if I give it out of 2 hours, if I give 45 minutes to one section, how am I going to deal with the remaining sections? I've got the entire paper as reading paper. That means although these two subjects constitute of a 50% weightage, that is going to be a difficult thing for you to deal with. How do we deal with both the sections? First thing, anything that you do to increase your scores in CLAT 23 cannot move away from reading newspapers daily. Every single person who you see on this platform coming and meeting you and talking to you about your preparatory strategy will talk to you about this. It's an inevitable part. आपको ये करना पड़ेगा. It's a bitter truth. आपको अच्छा लगता है, आपको नहीं लगता. आपको इसको अच्छा लगाना पड़ेगा. You have to fall in love with the newspapers. आपको रोज न्यूज़पेपर्स पढ़ने की हैबिट डालनी पड़ेगी. आप में से कितने लोग ये सोचते हैं अभी? Tell me. I'll first sit for my boards and then I'll start reading newspapers. How many of you belong to this category? I'd like to know that. Hi Ranganathan. This session is certainly for you. I know that. What is the ideal mock marks if you start now? Suroja, your first two mock scores are irrelevant for me. Because the first two mocks are only a picture of, this is how the paper is going to be, my child. The first two mock scores, I don't care. You just need to, from the third mock, you need to be on a pace of an increment graph. If you're not on an increment graph, 2, 3 marks nahi badh raha, that's the problem then. You will not increase 20, 30 marks in one mock or 10 marks in one mock. That's not going to happen. They're going to be baby steps. But your increment should be there. If that's not there, that is a problem. But otherwise, you score a 20 in the first mock, I am cool. You score a 90, I am cool. I don't care about your first mock score. मैं नहीं पढ़ पाती, पढ़ना चाहती हूँ और नहीं पढ़ पाती. ये बच्चे देखो, I'll be honest. अगर आप पढ़ना चाहते हो और नहीं पढ़ पाते, तो जो चीज आपको रोकती है ना, वो सारी चीजें सिर्फ एक्सक्यूजेस हैं. जो भी चीजें आपको रोकती है, क्योंकि अगर हम सब आपसे बोल रहे हैं न्यूज़पेपर, बच्चे मैं 12 साल से क्लैट एस्पिरेंट्स को पढ़ा, 12 साल से थाउजेंड्स ऑफ बच्चे एनएलयू में बैठे जिनको मैंने पढ़ाया है, और वो बच्चा में से एक भी ऐसा बच्चा नहीं है जिसने न्यूज़पेपर्स डेली नहीं पढ़ा हो. तो जो भी चीज आपको रोकती है ना ये करने से, वो सिर्फ एक एक्सक्यूज है. चाहे आपका बोर्ड हो, चाहे आपका स्केड्यूल हो, चाहे आपके ट्यूशन हो, चाहे आपकी बोर्डम हो, ये सब एक्सक्यूजेस होते हैं. स्टार्ट करो आज से. 2 न्यूज पढ़ो, 2 एडिटोरियल पढ़ो, 2 पेज पढ़ो जीके का, 2 एडिटोरियल्स पढ़ो एडिटोरियल पेज में से. स्टार्ट विथ हिंदू और इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, एनी वन ऑफ इट दैट यू आर कंफर्टेबल विथ. उससे स्टार्ट करो, बट स्टार्ट तो करो. स्टार्ट नहीं करोगे और रेगुलरिटी नहीं दिखाओगे तो कैसे आगे बढ़ोगे, राइट? And apart from reading the newspapers daily, that will aid on to your reasoning, GK, English, critical reasoning, all these sections. What else can we do to increase our score in legal section? Start working on legal terms and maxims. There are so many of them. You see a lot of them being used in the legal reasoning paragraphs. Start with your comfortability. BOMO, right? BOYJ. Start working on basic legal terms, legal terminologies, legal maxims. Start working on them. They could be Latin, Greek, German, a lot of them. Most of them are Latin. And regularly practice reading comprehensions. Start solving as many as you can right away. Okay? So Ashmita says, ma'am, पहले mock करूं और previous question paper. Ashmita, आप इसको ना equivalent में divide कर सकते हो, क्योंकि ये दोनों बहुत equal importance hold करते हैं. So आप जैसे इस week एक mock दे दिया, next week एक previous paper solve कर लिया, फिर एक mock दे दिया, फिर previous paper कर लिया. Rather आप ये भी कर सकते हो कि हर week एक mock और एक previous paper solve कर सकते हो. You can do that too. आप ये easily कर सकते हो, because previous paper की काफी सारी GK irrelevant होती है और रीजनिंग वन लाइनर्स होती थी जो कि अब पैसेज बेस्ड हो गई है, राइट? सो आप हर एक वीक में एक मॉक और एक प्रीवियस पेपर सॉल्व कर सकते हो. ये सारे आपके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ऑलराइट? सो रेगुलरली रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशंस की प्रैक्टिस अभी से स्टार्ट कर दो, बिकॉज रिमेंबर योर एंटायर पेपर इज गोइंग टू बी रीडिंग बेस्ड. सो यू शुड be solving, you should be absolutely okay with reading comprehensions. Previous year papers, any of the CAT materials, Arun Sharma book, GMAT guide, LSAT guide, you could choose any one of it. At least 2 RCs daily needs to be done by you. If you don't do that, you're going to be lacking behind. And in order to read fast, there are a few things that we need to do. As I've told you, the entire CLAT is going to be reading based. So I need to be reading fast with understanding. How do I do that? Getting back to the same idea, please read newspapers daily and build your vocabulary. Legal vocabulary, basic vocabulary, your vocabulary needs to be really, really strong. Apart from that, what else can be done in legal affairs? You need to know last 10 months what all has been in news. How do you know that? By buying a compendium and reading that, only that would help you? No, my child, that wouldn't help you. Only reading that would not help you. Now, how to improve on vocabulary section? Shruti, it's a very important question. Understand, where does the vocabulary come from? Vocabulary mostly doesn't come from the basic dictionary. No. He doesn't expect you to be Shashi Tharoor. No. He wants you to know the high frequency words. What are these high frequency words? Words that you commonly see us using, newspapers using, people using them in the verbal language, judgments using these words. These are high frequency words. Where will you find them? One source every day, 10 words from newspapers editorial. Second source, Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. You could solve this book as well. Third source, 333 list of high frequency words by Barons. You could download this list and solve this and memorize this list as well. But before anything else, remember 10 words every day from the newspaper and that should suffice. You would see so many words that you see in the newspaper in the Barron's list in Word Power Made Easy as well. Work on etymology, origin of words, root words, prefixes, suffixes. That would help you with your vocabulary section. Shruti, I hope that makes sense. मैम मेरा लीगल बहुत वीक है, बहुत कोशिश कर रहा हूं पर नहीं हो रहा है सही, लगता है लॉ मेरे लिए नहीं है. पिताम्बर, आपको ये समझ में आया कि लीगल आपका गलत होता क्यों है? रीजनिंग की वजह से गलत होता है या किसी और? क्योंकि रिमेंबर, लॉ आपकी प्रायर लॉ की नॉलेज नहीं डिमांड करता क्लैट, वो आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग और आपकी रीजनिंग डिमांड करता है. तो या तो ये हो सकता है कि आप अपनी पर्सनल जजमेंट लगा देते हो कि मेरे हिसाब से ऐसा होना चाहिए, दैट कुड गो रॉन्ग विथ यू, या फिर आप उस पैराग्राफ को समझ ही नहीं पाते हो कि वो पैराग्राफ क्या बोल रहा है. आपको ये फिगर आउट करने की नीड है कि वो गलत हो क्यों रहा है. रीजनिंग की वजह से क्योंकि आप पर्सनली देख रहे हो उसको, या पैराग्राफ ना समझने की वजह से वो गलत हो रहा है. बिकॉज रिमेंबर पिताम्बर, मैं एक लॉयर नहीं हूं. अगर मैं भी उसको सॉल्व करने बैठूंगी तो मैं भी उसको सॉल्व कर सकती हूँ और आप भी कर सकते हो. एक लेमैन कर सकता है उसको सॉल्व. कंडीशन ये है कि मैं उसको सही तरीके से सॉल्व कर रही हूँ कि नहीं. How to remember these words? That's the main point for me. Ali, these words, you don't come to my editorial classes every day. If you come to my editorial, देखो, I see a lot of people here जो मेरी regularly editorial classes में आते हैं. तो एक बार बाकी बच्चों को अश्योर कर दो कि vocabulary क्या editorial classes से याद होती है कि नहीं. होती है. Just that आपको revision करना पड़ेगा. If you don't revise, Ali, if you don't revise vocabulary, you're going to forget them. So if you work on etymology, I'll give you an example. So if the word is bona fide, if I know bon means good and fid or fide means faith, I know anything that's done in good faith is bona fide. That is exactly what your legal vocabulary is. Born से कितने वर्ड्स और बन सकते हैं, फाइड से कितने और वर्ड्स बन सकते हैं, ऐसे लिंक करके याद करो कि आपके लिए रिवीजन बहुत आसान. अप्रोक्सीमेटली 40% वोकैबुलरी आप इस टेक्निक से कर सकते हो. द रिमेनिंग यू नीड टू कीप रिवाइजिंग दैट, यू नीड टू कीप रीडिंग सो दैट यू सी दीज वर्ड्स frequently in the articles and contextually taking out these words are very, very easy. Yes. So everybody says yes, they help them. Okay. So, and apart from doing this, come to my Hindu classes daily. That's another important thing to do. before I tell you anything else that you need to do with your boards to clear CLAT 23, remember, if you're targeting MHCT, LET, SLET, BLET, JAMIA, batch 2 for 22 target people has been launched. So if you're targeting these law entrance examinations, you can enroll yourself for this batch at the earliest. Now, what are the things you need to do? First, please take at least one test, full-length mock test per week. The biggest mistake people do, they start with a mock and they're bored or they're tired and they stop it midway. You ruin your mock by doing that, my child. Please don't start your mock unless and until you're mentally ready to sit for those 2 hours. Do you have a choice for stopping CLAT? No. Since you can't stop CLAT, you shouldn't stop any full-length mock as well. Every week, at least one mock is a mandate from my side. Because unless until you evaluate, you would not know which direction should I need to work on. And this evaluation, your full-length mocks will help you with that. Sectional test, at least one of each section is needed. More of your weaker sections. But at least one of each section of the 5 sections per week is needed. Apart from that, okay, so there's a Hindu book of editorials that you get, but you don't need to buy this book if you are reading editorials every single day. Specifically October to December. Supreme, I would rather contradict here, not October to December. I would say June to December becomes very important because this would be the time when your paper would be set. 23 CLAT that's happening in December would be set. So June to December, your editorials become supremely important. And I hope everybody knows that editorials are the source of most of the CLAT reading comprehensions. You knew last year 2 of my passages came in the examinations. So you need to be carefully doing them. Yes, Arya, exactly. Exactly. Very good. That's how you do etymology. That's how it's going to help you. Okay? So that's the idea. Now, apart from, you don't necessarily have to buy this book of editorials if you read the newspapers every day. So daily reading, if you do this, that's the most important thing, will help you with the recent judgments, the important legal cases where questions could come, your GK, your reading, your vocabulary. It's a package. You don't have to look any further. इसका कोई solution नहीं है. ये नहीं करोगे तो बहुत और चीजें करनी पड़ेंगी जो बहुत time consuming हो जाएगी. तो एक आसान तरीका बता रही हूँ, न्यूज़पेपर रोज पढ़ लो, CLAT full length mock test दे दो, give sectional tests and read the editorials every day. Apart from that, you have to start practicing daily quizzes from our app. You've got a lot of quizzes that are available. So if you're enrolled, you could start practicing these daily quizzes as well. A quiz is uploaded after every class ends. You could solve that as well. Also, since I told you one sectional test needs to be solved every week, more of sectional tests of your weakest area. Remember, it's very obvious that I would want to solve more questions of the subjects that I'm good at. Because I'm good with scoring well there. है ना? But वहाँ improvement आप naturally दिखा सकते हो. Improvement आपको weakest area में करने की need है. So for example, आपका GK weakest है, तो उसके ज़्यादा sectional test दो. If maths is your weakest, give more sectional tests. Make a balance between all. Nobody can clear CLAT if one section he scores is 0. No, you can't do that. You need to make a balance. Please work on your weakest areas right now. You've got time right now. Later on, you wouldn't get time because you'll have your boards. So work on your weaker sections right away. And a simple fundamental, you have to deal with your boards along with your CLAT preparation. So you can't come and complain the fact कि मैम time नहीं मिलता. नहीं मिलेगा, निकालो. Hustle more than everybody else does. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है कि आप पूरा दिन स्कूल की पढ़ाई कर लो और CLAT की नहीं करो और NLS चले जाओ. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है. Unless until you are a prodigy. So if you aren't one, remember, I need to hustle. जल्दी उठो, late सो, मेहनत करो. Don't shy away from hard work. Remember, so hustle, but remember, I need to deal with both of them together and I can do it. ये difficult नहीं है. Maximum लोग जो आज NLUs में हैं, वो साथ में करके गए हैं. The number of droppers are less. The number of people who do them together are more. You can do that too right away. ठीक है? Now, what are the things that I would expect you to practice? Oh, इतने सारे questions आ गए. CLAT तो चेन स्मोकर मई में है. CLAT 23 की सेशन है ना बच्चे? CLAT 23 दिसंबर में है. ओके, तो बात हो रही है. Same happens with me today, ma'am. I paused my mock. फाल्गुनी नहीं बच्चे, बिल्कुल नहीं. मत दो मॉक. अभी नहीं है मेंटल स्टेट, आज मत दो, कल दे दो. मेंटली रेडी होके दो, बट पॉज नहीं करना है. मैम, कैन यू टेल द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ करंट अफेयर्स? Pragya, now see, I'll answer this question in a gist. Pragya, if you specifically focus on current affairs from February to December, from the perspective of GK, it's good. But if you start not working right now, तो आपके लिए मई के बाद की जीके समझना बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा. बिकॉज जीके ना ये स्टोरी होती है बच्चे, एक के बाद एक लिंक्स होते हैं. सो अगर आप अभी से पढ़ना नहीं स्टार्ट करते ना न्यूज़पेपर, तो आपको मई की जीके नहीं समझ में आएगी. और वो मई की जीके जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, मई, जून, जुलाई, अगस्त, सितंबर, वो जीके जब पेपर सेट होगा वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. उसको समझने के लिए रिमेंबर, आपको अभी से लिंक बनाना पड़ेगा. आपको पता होना चाहिए क्या चल रहा है इन द वर्ल्ड. If you don't understand that, then understanding the GK later on would be very difficult for you. So GK perspective, right now to December, supremely important. Because everything is linked. And you'll have time to work on your static as well. नहीं तो सब कुछ आपके लिए brand new होगा अगर आप जून से जुलाई से start करते हो. Remember, so अभी से start करना है न्यूज़पेपर्स, but सबसे important GK मेरे हिसाब से जून to दिसंबर की होती है, अगर आप CLAT 23 की बात करते हो तो. Okay? All right. Okay, ma'am, we need to read the whole newspaper. I do read them, but only the ones that are important. Grace Smoke, only what is important. You can skip everything that's politics related. Elections हो रहे हैं, related जो कुछ भी है सब कुछ irrelevant है. Unless and until कुछ Supreme Court तक पहुंच जाता है. ठीक है? So only what is important, but editorial, the entire one of it. पूरा editorial पढ़ना आपको. Okay? Ranganathan, why are your scores less? Please analyze your mocks. Please see why are your scores less. How can you improve on them? Identify them. Ranganathan, what I would expect you to do is, okay, take up the last mock, analyze your mock, see what went wrong. In 5 bullet points, send me a telegram message. Now, these are the 5 reasons what went wrong. And these are the 5 things I'm going to do. Send me a telegram message. I'll counsel you on that. Cool? Okay. All right. Ma'am, if I prepare for more than 2 law entrance examinations, will it push me on the safer side, or covering varying syllabus would be tedious? Not at all tedious, Arya. You can easily do. See, just remember, CLAT majorly focuses on reading comprehensions. But do you know what CLAT would give you in 22-23? No, you don't. CLAT has always been unpredictable. And when we train you for CLAT 2023, I'm going to teach you grammar. I'm going to teach you vocabulary, though no direct questions come on them. I will teach you these because CLAT can come up with a new variant anytime. CLAT has always been unpredictable. So practically, there's no difference between the course of any law entrance examinations. 5 questions more, 5 questions less, that's all. It's not going to be tedious at all. Keep all of your options open. Prepare for all these law entrance examinations simultaneously, because everything is interrelated. You could do that. Okay, now, what are the things that you must practice? I'm going to take more questions. Yes. Quantitative techniques, mathematics. Shruti, that's mathematics. Okay, if that's what you're asking, if I got your question correctly. All right, now, what do you need to do? Actual papers, please solve them. These are the first things you need to do. First, please solve CLAT 21, 22 actual paper thoroughly. So you would know, okay, this is the current pattern. This may change, but this is the current pattern. And the 3 sample papers that the consortium has given us. All of these are available on our platform, BYJU'S Exam Prep. When you download the app, they're going to be available. Apart from that, always Refer back to those areas which you get stuck again and again. Ranganathan, that's exactly what I was telling you. Identify. These are the 5 sections. These are the 5 areas. These are the 5 kinds of things that I'm going to be stuck again and again. Identify them. Work on them repetitively. When you work on them, that's how you improve your scores. So my prescription pill. What are the key points? What all you need to do? Don't waste your time on useless news. I've already told you that. Politics, elections, crap. We don't need to work on them. Read, make notes of the important parts. Always read with a sense of urgency. Sense of urgency. Legal reasoning. 45 minutes में एक section solve किया. I can't do that. There's an urgency that I need to put in my head because I've got less time for the entire paper. I need to be okay with that. Everything that I read, reading comprehension, editorials, everything needs to be read with a sense of urgency. That is, reading it time bound. Please set up a time and read that. Okay? Ma'am, I was studying well before my boards date sheet, but now I start again after 1 month gap. Okay? Midhat, I am assuming you're saying that you had taken a 1 month gap, but now you're done with your boards, but now you've restarted. रीस्टार्ट कर लिया, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस। सबसे पहले एक मॉक दो, देखो कहाँ स्टैंड करते हो, और फिर अपना एक स्ट्रैटेजी बनाओ, आगे करना क्या है, किस सेक्शन में कम आए, किस में अच्छे आए, किस में आपको इम्प्रूवमेंट करना है, वो काम करना स्टार्ट करो। ठीक है? सो जीके मिस हो गया 1 महीने का, जीके कवर अप करो। क्लासेस मिस कर दी, क्लासेस का रिकॉर्डेड सेशंस देखो, स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन देम। Prateek says, ma'am, when I attend different faculties CA classes on in a particular month, they all teach different issues. This creates ambiguity. I think all are important if I'm unable to recall. Prateek, choose one person and stick to that person. And okay, one thing simple. मतलब बहुत सारे बच्चों की आदत होती है. Prateek, what I say is not targeting to you. What I say, make your question clear to everybody and you'll get an answer to that. बहुत सारे बच्चों की हैबिट होती है होर्डिंग, इसका भी मटेरियल ले लिया, उसका भी मटेरियल ले लिया, 50 मॉक्स कलेक्ट कर लिए, सारे प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर कलेक्ट कर लिए, सब फैकल्टी के वीडियोस मंगवा लिए, है ना? ऐसे बहुत सारे टेलीग्राम ग्रुप्स होते हैं। पता होता क्या उसके बाद? यू लैंड अप कंफ्यूज्ड। यू नीड टू नो हाउ टू ट्रस्ट अ टीचर। सो व्हेन you choose a mentor for yourself, you trust that mentor. So Prateek, to clear your doubt, choose one mentor and trust that mentor and ask that mentor that, sir or ma'am, if this is what I do, would that be enough for me? If they say yes, stick to it. If they give you another recourse or another suggestion, go by that, but learn to trust your mentor. I hope Prateek you understand this, and this is not to target you, but because I know a lot of students do this hoarding thing, this wouldn't take them anywhere. है ना? एक पर्सन को ट्रस्ट करो और गो बाय व्हाट द पर्सन सेज, और उसको ब्लाइंडली ट्रस्ट करो, बिकॉज हम सब बहुत एक्सपीरियंस के साथ आते हैं, तो कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट होना, क्योंकि आप मल्टीपल लोगों से अगर पढ़ोगे तो वो नेचुरल है, होगा वो कंफ्यूजन। सो स्पीक टू वन फैकल्टी और उनसे पूछो कि सर मैम अगर मैं ये करता हूं क्या ये मेरे लिए इनफ है? ठीक है? I hope that makes sense, Prateek. Yes, exactly. And I hope this makes sense to everyone else as well. Don't be a hoarder. What जो अभी है आपके पास, पहले वो तो करो, वो हो जाएगा तब आगे पूछो कि मैम ये हो गया मेरा, अब क्या करना मुझे बताओ, मैं आपको और दूंगी, और मटेरियल दूंगी, और चीजें बताऊंगी, इतना जो कभी भी एग्जॉस्ट नहीं होगा। Remember that. Thank you, Shruti. So trust your mentor. अब मेरा प्रिस्क्रिप्शन पिल, नोट्स बहुत जरूरी है आपके रिवीजन के लिए। आप नोट्स बनाते हो बच्चे? आई सिट विद नोटबुक, आई मेक नोट्स। मैं 11 साल से पढ़ा रही हूँ, जब मेरे लिए आज भी इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो एंड इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू एज वेल, प्लीज मेक नोट्स। आप नोट्स नहीं बनाओगे, आपके लिए रिवीजन बहुत डिफिकल्ट होगा। जीके है, वोकैबुलरी है, मैथ्स है, फॉर्मूलाज है, सबका। ठीक है? मेक नोट्स। एंड रेड मार्क बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। हिंदू क्लास में नहीं आते तो आया करो। A lot of people don't know this, that I've started taking Hindu classes by turning the editorials into reading comprehensions every day. So हम editorials पढ़ते तो है, बट हम उसको क्वेश्चंस आंसर करके पढ़ते हैं, हम क्वेश्चंस बनाते हैं ट्यूटोरियल पे एवरी डे. आई गिव यू क्वेश्चंस और ऑप्शंस जिनको आप आंसर करोगे. दैट्स हाउ वी अंडरस्टैंड ट्यूटोरियल्स. आई एम श्योर nobody does that on the entire YouTube. If you have not been attending my classes, I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Always use the search links in the newspapers to find out the background of that. That will help you with your GK as well. So, a few myths that are there in a few minds. Okay. Ma'am, I attend GK classes on YouTube done for the government exams. No, Snehal. I think you should stick to CLAT GK because government exams ना बहुत सारे cases को legal aspects को overlook कर देते हैं Snehal. So I would expect you to stick with CLAT GK only. Remember that, okay? मैम और क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट एग्जाम्स की बहुत हार्डकोर जीके होती है ना, उतना मैटर नहीं करता है क्लैट के लिए. आई वुड नॉट एक्सपेक्ट यू टू डू अ लॉट ऑफ गवर्नमेंट एग्जाम्स जीके. मैम some books give wrong answers for legal reasoning. Arya, yes. And please speak to your legal teacher and ask them for a book. If they have one book, if they don't have one book, then please raise a doubt from a doubt portal जहां से आप अपने doubts clarify कर सकते हो कि मैम मुझे एक क्वेश्चन में डाउट है, मेरे हिसाब से ये आंसर सही नहीं है. आपको हम विद इन 24 आवर्स डाउट रिजॉल्व कर देंगे. ठीक है. जैसे अगर आप मेरे से रीजनिंग की बुक पूछोगे तो एम के पांडे और आर एस अग्रवाल दोनों में ही काफी इनकरेक्ट आंसर्स होते हैं. एंड दैट्स व्हाई मैं आपको जीमैट की एलसैट की बुक्स पे फोकस करवाती हूँ. और रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन के लिए मैं आपको अरुण शर्मा की बुक पे फोकस करवाती हूँ क्योंकि ये फिर भी वेरीफाइड बुक्स हैं. बट आर एस अग्रवाल और एम के पांडे में आंसर्स काफी इनकरेक्ट होते हैं. तो आई वुड नॉट रिकमेंड आप ऐसी किसी बुक से जाओ. मुझे ये बात ट्रिम करना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो ऐसा मुझे लगता है मुझे ना आर एस अग्रवाल और एम के पांडे सू कर देंगे ऐसी चीज बोलने के लिए. हाँ, इट्स अ गुड इनिशिएटिव. आरसी प्रैक्टिस हो जाती है. थैंक यू प्रतीक. दैट्स अबाउट माय हिंदू क्लासेस. थैंक यू माय चाइल्ड. टेलीग्राम हैंडल क्या है नहीं बताऊंगी. मैम प्लीज टेलीग्राम हैंडल क्या है आपका, बिल्कुल बताऊंगी. उसके पहले न्यूज़पेपर्स नॉट नीडेड. हम इनके ऐप से भी कर सकते हैं, प्रतियोगिता दर्पण से भी कर सकते हैं, दृष्टि आय से भी कर सकते हैं, बिल्कुल कर सकते हो. लेकिन ये जो पॉइंट है ना न्यूज़पेपर नॉट नीडेड, ये एक सबसे बड़ा मिथ है. आप जब खुद पढ़ते हो ना तो जो आपके माइंड में जाता है उससे इजीली और कोई भी कंपेंडियम आपको नहीं सिखा सकती. कंपेंडियम आपके रिविजन के लिए होता है. ऐप पे शॉर्ट्स आपके रिविजन के लिए हो सकते हैं या उनके लिए हो सकते हैं जिनके पास टाइम नहीं है. किसमें बिजी हो, बोर्ड्स में ना. ठीक है, साथ साथ करो इसको. That's the first myth. The second one, newspapers don't teach us static GK. They do. They do. You just need to be doing it regularly. If you read editorials, every editorial that talks about a current affair topic will tell you about the history of that. You just need to be reading them carefully. If you come to my classes, my Rabi ma'am's classes, we tell you about the history of that. Remember that. Apart from the Hindu, other newspapers are crap. No, they aren't. यूसी मैं गार्डियन से लेके आती हूँ आर्टिकल्स, यूसी मैं इंडियन एक्सप्रेस से लेके आती हूँ आर्टिकल्स. सो ओनली हिंदू नहीं समझ में आता, कोई बात नहीं. चूज इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, चूज गार्डियन, कुछ और चूज कर लो. ठीक है, कुछ और चूज कर लो, कोई बात नहीं. हिंदू नहीं समझ में आता तो, बट अगर चूज करना है तो हिंदू और इंडियन एक्सप्रेस में से एक चूज करो. यस प्रतीक, एब्सोल्युटली. इट्स ओके आदित्य. आई वाज जस्ट किडिंग. क्लास कैन मैं बताती हूँ क्या. ठीक है. Okay, so apart from that, apps can substitute newspapers. No, they can't. इसका कोई शॉर्टकट नहीं है. ये सबसे बड़ा मिथ है. इसका कोई शॉर्टकट नहीं है. और एक फिफ्थ मिथ भी ये है कि जितना ज्यादा मटेरियल उतना अच्छा स्कोर. गलत बात. जो है मटेरियल पहले वो सॉल्व करो, फिर नेक्स्ट पे जाओ. डोंट बिकम अ होर्डर. रिमेंबर माय वर्ड्स. The final word. If you incorporate these strategies into your preparation, you will certainly be able to score good. Please enroll yourself for our online program right away. Make your preparation better. If you're targeting not every subject but only legal affairs and current events, then our booster course by Nivedita Man Abhimanyu sir is right here, batch 2. जहां सारे सब्जेक्ट नहीं सिर्फ लीगल अफेयर्स और करंट इवेंट्स होगा, आप वो भी कर सकते हो. नाउ क्वेश्चंस. ओके, so first question hai Naisha. So Naisha, I'm sorry. Ma'am, I'm not able to find out any doubt portal. I don't know anyone who is in this field. Where should I put my doubt? Naisha, if you are enrolled with us, we have provided you with an account and that account has raise a doubt section. So that you could raise a doubt. But if you aren't enrolled, then I don't think you could access. Please confirm if you're enrolled or not. I can help you with that. Apart from that, मेरा yes. So अदिति, आपका क्वेश्चन, मेरा टेलीग्राम हैंडल क्या है? When you scroll down, नीचे जो डिस्क्रिप्शन है मेरे वीडियो का, that description has a link to our Telegram channel, Law Doubt Discussion. You join the Telegram channel. When you type @Alpa, you'll find me. You can tag me and raise your doubts there. I'll make sure that I resolve that within a couple of days, the moment I see that. Thank you, Devanshu. Thank you, my child. Ma'am, what if I can't afford BYJU'S Classroom and study from the videos that are there on YouTube BYJU'S? Grace Mo, good question. If you can't afford BYJU'S, it's absolutely okay. But remember that not everything is taught for free on YouTube. You need to know that. So you need to be doing practice on your own as well. देखो सिंपल फंडा है, मैंने इसे वोकैबुलरी करनी है, क्या मैं आपको सारी वोकैबुलरी फॉर फ्री करा दूंगी यूट्यूब में? नहीं कराऊंगी ना, तो आपको खुद को करनी पड़ेगी। क्या मैं सारा करंट अफेयर्स आपको बता दूंगी यूट्यूब पे? नहीं बताऊंगी। There's a reason, this difference between paid and free classes. If you attend the free classes, good, you'll get a guidance of where you need to go. बट वहां जाके करना क्या है आपको, ये आपको खुद करना पड़ेगा. That's the difference between a paid and a free class. Okay? So I hope आपको समझ में आ गया आप कैसे कर सकते हो खुद. How to analyze mock. अर्पिता, अभिमन्यु सर ने एक सेशन लिया how to analyze a mock. Apart from that, coming week I have another session. So that will tell you how to analyze a mock. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, कर लेना so that you know मेरा सेशन कब होगा, मॉक को एनालाइज करने की स्ट्रैटेजी क्या होनी चाहिए आपकी. कमिंग वीक ये प्लान है, विच शुड बी अप पॉसिबली ऑन वेडनेसडे या थर्सडे को. वो सेशन देख लेना, मैं आपको क्लैरिटी दे दूंगी कैसे एनालाइज करने हैं मॉक को और कैसे इंप्रूवमेंट करना अपने स्कोर्स में मॉक की एनालिसिस करके. It's okay, Aditi, my child. It's okay. It's okay, but I was just kidding. All right. Thank you so much, Arya. I hope there are no more questions. Are there any more questions that you would want to answer? Want me to answer? Any questions, anyone? Because otherwise I'll see you tomorrow morning 10 a.m. No questions? Okay, so all the best, everyone. Hope to see you in the regular classes and then NLS very, very soon. Bye, everyone, and God bless all of you.